I don't know if you want that in the background. This is a kind of a video of it, but you probably want the real thing, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to load
Prototype.
So here we go.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So what do you want to know? I just wanted just a general overview. Or?
Yeah, I just want to know how much time does it take to create a simple prototype and check out how does it work, how does it fit onto mobile screen.
So Flowella is a really easy tool that allows you to sketch user interfaces before you start developing them, really. So the idea is you drag and drop. So I'll actually open a folder of pictures here, so I hope. It's not available. But anyway, the idea is that you drag your pictures into the library from a folder.
Yes.
So here along the side here are all the here are all your assets that you've already made in something like Photoshop or Illustrator.
Okay.
You drag them onto your stage like this, and then you quickly link them. So, for instance, say if that was a web page, you'd open up a rectangle like this, and drawing that describes a hotspot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you drag the arrow of the middle of the hotspot to another screen, and that's linked it. So then to get back, you might select a hotspot in the original image, and then use that to link back to the menu. So in that way, that's basically all there is to Flowella. You can build up a complex interface. And the other good thing is that with Flowella, you don't have to just use flat images. So here are some transitions. So if I preview it in this tool here, actually, you can see that rather than just flat images, there's also transitions. So if I go to photos, then the photos actually zoom open and they shut. And then, so that's building your flow in the tool. The next part you'd do is you'd actually export it, and you can export the flow either as a Flash app, web runtime app, or a QML app. And so let's say we choose export Flash. So let's create a new folder. Let's go to my desktop, make a new folder called where's a new folder? Example output. So we'll say OK. We export it.
So you're telling me that I can export this into a widget, or
yes, you can export it either as a widget or a series of Flash files. Anyway, then I don't have the phone on me, but I should. No, I don't. But Manu, do you have the Flowella phone? So anyway, taking some of the thumb off there. Anyway, so then this exact app is also on the phone.
Okay.
So if I open up the photos now,
yes,
and I do that same transition, it's actually much smoother on the phone. And then you can go back again. You can also, that's doing that. The other thing is you can put music in there. It'll be very hard to hear with all background noise, but this is a flat JPEG, but now it jumps to a picture of Flash with the music embedded into it. So it's a quick way of faking a track. We've actually faked up a whole media player in Flowella and demoed that. And then, oh yeah, you can also embed, say, a programmatic file like a clock. And so it actually ticks.
So how does that, I just don't understand.
Okay, so
how can a clock actually tick?
So what I've done here is, instead of just importing just a regular picture, I made this in Flash earlier and I actually programmed it.
Okay.
And I dragged that into Flowella. So just for this one screen, it's a little program. But all these other parts are just flat images. So you can sort of mix and match working bits of Flash and just flat images. And what this means is visual designers can really quickly build an app, running app that actually works on the phone. And it's all faked and it's all smoke and mirrors, but very quickly you can evaluate it. Is it any good? You can give it to users to test, and it's a great way to communicate your idea. This kind of, the Flowella itself works as an actual kind of spec. And
for pitching them.
Yeah, for actually developing it from. So developers like it as well because it gives a very clear and concrete way. And the other thing we found is if we actually prototype ideas out in Flash first, oh, sorry, not in Flash, sorry, in Flowella first, then the ideas are much more well thought out. Quite often, you know, if you just created a spec, you might have missing screens, like how do you get to the music player? With this, you can't actually miss the music player because you actually have to show them. So it actually makes people much more rigorous in their design of the UI. So it's just saved us an enormous amount of time. This takes a couple of hours, at most, I'd say. If it's taking longer than that, you might want to be using something else. But these kinds of flows can take anything up to a week for a developer to get, because he has to understand what the flow is supposed to be doing, and it's fiddly and you get bits wrong. But this, couple of hours, you can bash out something working on the phone and share it with other people. So I think that's the general idea behind it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.